Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I decided to do something that has been highly requested by you guys. I've had several people make requests either in the comments of previous videos, which I read, so that's a good place to leave a request, or in my DMs on Instagram. And I've had several different comments which were all kind of, I think, the same, like style essentials, closet essentials, go-to pieces, things like that. So I decided to combine all of those requests into this video. I'm just going to go ahead and title this part 1. I'm assuming in the future we'll do a part 2, part 3. So if I left something out, or if you have like certain questions, maybe what essentials would be for certain occasions or things like that, go ahead and leave them and then we'll use that feedback for a part 2. I thought this was a good sort of baseline, a good place to start. Yes, I'm wearing my glasses today. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I hate wearing my glasses. They honestly give me a huge headache. I prefer to wear my contacts, but I also try to rest my eyes from my contacts once every couple of weeks. And today was a glasses day, and it's also a filming day, and those days just happen to be on the same day. So here we are. Maybe it makes me look a little bit more studious, a little bit more intellectual. So when I was planning for this video and I was trying to decide what exactly I would include, I just came up with my own requirements as to what essential meant to me. One, all of these items I have worn countless times in many, many different ways for many, many different occasions. So all of these pieces are incredibly versatile. 2, these are all pieces that if I'm not feeling good about myself, maybe I'm just like an emotional mess that day, or maybe I don't feel good physically, I'm bloated, whatever, but I need to go somewhere, I need to go out, I need to be seen. These are all things that I will gravitate towards because I know that they make me feel comfortable no matter what. And the third sort of requirement for this video is that all of these pieces are things that I feel comfortable recommending that you spend your money on. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you've watched any of my previous videos, girl, I'm aware, I know, I tend to dress a little out there. And it's not out there for me, but I think it's out there for other people. I also have been known to spend a lot of money on certain clothing items or certain handbags or whatnot because I have such a large closet, and because I live the type of lifestyle where it is actually normal for me to go out at night and wear things with feathers on them or things that are totally sequined or whatever. I feel comfortable spending my own money on stuff like that because I actually go out quite a lot and those things are appropriate in the settings that I'm often in. However, I'm very aware that for the majority of the people that are probably watching my videos, maybe that doesn't make sense for your lifestyle, and a lot of the things that I might show in hauls or that you might see me wearing on Instagram aren't necessarily practical for you. Therefore, I feel like it's hard for me to recommend, oh yeah, spend $200 on this dress that's covered in sequins, because that's maybe just not practical for you. Probably not practical for the average person. I still feel really comfortable recommending that if you're gonna spend a little bit of money, if maybe you have, let's say, a couple $100s set aside to like kind of build up a wardrobe, if you're building it up from scratch, or if you're looking to maybe spend a little bit more money on things that are really gonna go the distance and gonna be worn frequently, these pieces I think all qualify. So in summation, the third requirement is that everything I'm showing in this video, I stand by it. I would tell anyone, if you have the money, it's definitely worth spending money on, regardless of where you live, what your lifestyle is like. I think these pieces can be worn by pretty much anyone. So the first thing, I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now. You may know me from my Realization Par videos. I have 2 on this channel. I will leave them both linked down below. I'm a huge fan of Realization Par. This item, without a doubt, is my most worn item. This is the cookies skirt in the voodoo print. I bring this to the dry cleaners so often. It's held up incredibly well over the years. I think I've had it for about 3 years now. But one quick scroll through my Instagram and you'll see that I wear this constantly. I've been wearing black mini skirts throughout, I guess, all of my teens and my 20s. But looking back, I was always wearing either a skirt that was way too tight, that was like very form-fitting. Because I have larger thighs, I would constantly be pulling it down, and that's just so unflattering and not cool. And I feel like that's not comfortable, and that's not something that you want to be doing. Or there was that brief period where everyone was very like Brandy Melville, Tumblr, Lana Del Rey, 2012. We were wearing like skater skirts. And I also don't really think that that's flattering. And I don't think that that's sophisticated either. I think that can look very like dress up and very like tea party very quickly. I had sort of a hard time finding a classic black skirt that I could wear with tons of outfits until I found this one. And this one just fits the bill. It's such a dream. It's 100% silk. I will show you, and I've shown this before, but it has like an intricate sort of pattern here. here. So it's not just plain black silk, it has really beautiful detailing, which I think adds interest to any outfit. I wear this with some of the tops that I'm going to be showing you, and tights and heels for a night out. You can wear it with a sweater and boots if it's a little bit colder out. You can wear this casually with sneakers, a t-shirt. I normally wear it out at night, but I wear it all year round. It's appropriate for every season. I believe this retails for just under $200, but I've talked about this before. Realization constantly has sales. You can get this for 25% off at various times throughout the year. I'll try and post on the community tab here on YouTube the next time that they have a sale so that I can let you guys know when that's coming. You know, you don't have to by any means own this very Realization skirt. That's my recommendation, but I'm a huge fan of finding things on the Real, Poshmark, Vestiaire, any of those secondhand websites. If you prefer to buy something secondhand, I would just Google silk A-line mini skirt. You know, something with this sort of silhouette, I think would be a perfect addition to your closet. I cannot recommend something like this enough. Going along with that, we have the matching top. Just bear with me for a second. So this is the Kaya top, also in the voodoo print. So it's the same print as the mini skirt. I adore this top for many, many reasons. This is just about the Realization one, okay? It has these beautiful little buttons, which are actually like tiny yin yangs. You can see the pattern a bit better here, but it has these balloon sleeves, more yin yang buttons there. This snatches in a bit like a corset right underneath your bust, so it flatters the bust really well. Darting along the bust is very, very flattering. It's low cut, but I wouldn't say that it's super scandalous by any means. I think it would probably depend on what bra you're gonna wear underneath it. I've also seen girls wear this open over a dress or layer it with another shirt underneath. I just like to wear it as is. You can wear the top with the skirt and it makes for a really lovely matching set. It almost looks like it's one seamless dress. You can wear the top with jeans. I have done that many times. I've also worn this top with other skirts that I have. So of course I will recommend this specific top, and it's black, obviously goes with everything. Even though it's long sleeve, because it's silk, I feel like it's not too hot to wear in some of the transitional months during the year. But moreover, I'm just going to suggest for the second essential item, look for a beautiful blouse. That's just what I'm gonna call it, a beautiful blouse. It doesn't necessarily have to be this top, but I would say a top like this. Find a top that is preferably silk. I just love silk. That's one of my favorite fabrics for clothing. And I think it's probably because I am quite a little bundle of energy when I go out, and I'm often skipping around, running around, dancing, and I really like my clothes to move with me. I hate having, like I said, to pull things down or feeling uncomfortable. I want my clothes to move as I move, so silk is a fabric that obviously lends really well to that. I also think it looks quite sophisticated. It looks very expensive because it is. Yes, it does come with a dry cleaning bill, but I usually wear things probably 2 or 3 times before I actually take them to be dry cleaned, because I'm not wearing them for very long periods of time. But I think finding a blouse that is feminine, makes you feel comfortable, is definitely an essential piece. I'll show you another one that I have. This is a bit more niche and probably a little bit harder to find, but to me this is sort of accomplishing the exact same thing that a piece like this from Realization would. This is the Anita blouse from Maison Clio, which is a really special brand based out of France. It's this mother-daughter duo who hand make all of these pieces. They are usually 100% silk, but she has some that are cotton. I must confess, I got this piece off of the RealReal. They do sell Maison Clio on the RealReal. They also sell, I've seen them on Poshmark, but on the actual Maison Clio website, they often have sales, so just check them out. Of course, I'll leave the link down below. But this blouse to me accomplishes the exact same thing that the Kaya top does. It's 100% silk, beautifully made, structurally like very interesting, very flattering. It has this sort of wrap here that ties around the waist, so it's cinching in your waist, but then the fabric is covering very nicely over your bust. I think the sleeves are really interesting. They sort of puff out here and then gather right at the middle of your arm. The fabric is absolutely insane. This is, from my understanding, listen, I didn't go to fashion school, guys. Like, I'm definitely not an authority on like fabrics and construction. This is just what I've learned from being like a shopaholic, but I'm pretty sure that this is a raw silk, which you can tell because it's a bit rougher. Of course, I'll insert the photos of myself wearing this piece. With the flash on, it sort of looks a bit more iridescent and a bit shinier. They also make this blouse in a long sleeve version in a variety of different fabrics. You can get it in a plain white cotton. You can get it in like a very silver metallic. But the point is, a beautiful, well-constructed blouse like this is so easy to dress up or dress down. I literally wore it out at night with this little realization skirt. I had this combination with my black heels. I felt so cute in it, so beautiful. But of course, you can wear this with jeans. I could wear this with the jeans I have on right now and put on some sneakers and a trench coat and go out and meet my friend for lunch right now. So I definitely recommend having one or two of these sort of go-to really beautiful, feminine, well-constructed blouses that I feel like you can pair with a variety of different bottoms and be worn at different times of the day, can be worn in different seasons. But the point is that they're well constructed, they look expensive, beautiful fabric, can elevate anything else that you have on in your outfit. But as long as they fit you properly and they're fitted to you, I think having something like this is really a no-brainer. This piece in particular is great because it's a wrap and you tie it yourself. It's quite adjustable for your particular body shape. I would say something like this or the kaya is absolutely great. When I first read that comment asking if I could do a style essentials video, this is the first piece of clothing that came to mind. My high-waisted Zara wide leg jeans, this beautiful light wash. They have a hole at the knee. I love these jeans. I know I'm wearing different jeans now, but that's literally because I needed to be able to hold these up and talk about them for the video, so I didn't put them on. I got these jeans actually on recommendation from Neats and Raider. She posted about these during COVID. I had a hard time finding jeans that fit my body shape. I decided to just take a chance with these. They don't like squeeze me in. I can kind of sort of wear them a little bit loose. I think they actually like flatter your butt really well. My butt is really not a feature of mine that I feel like is worth talking about, but I just love the style. I love the cut. They're so comfortable. Can wear these all night long. Even as I'm drinking more and getting more bloated, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm having a great time. I definitely recommend these, and I am overjoyed to tell you they are still on the website, it appears. So I will link them down below. I highly recommend. With Zara, you guys, just order online. I don't think it's worth it to try and go in store and hunt for them. I feel like the store is oftentimes a disaster. Just order online, and you can always return in store if you buy like a couple of sizes. I love these because they're light wash. That's my preferred wash. I don't like dark wash jeans, such as me. I also like that they have the open knee. They're not like huge gaping open holes. They're just like a little hole, and that works for me. That works for my lifestyle. I've worn these, God, I can't even tell you how many different ways. Again, one quick scroll through my Instagram, I think these and the realization skirt are my most worn bottom ever, but I primarily bought these so that I could wear out at night with like my cute little tops and my platform boots, which we'll get to. But of course, I've worn them like babysitting with sneakers and a t-shirt. This comes with a little bit of a caveat, but even when I was working a freelance job in an office sort of setting, I was wearing these. Any sort of like traditional job that I've ever had has always been in the fashion industry, and I think that that is an important thing to note, because if I were working an office job at like a lawyer's office, I obviously would not wear these. If I was working in like healthcare or any other field, something like this would not be appropriate. But when I'm working in the fashion industry, in the jewelry industry, a casual sort of trendy cool dress code was always encouraged. So I would wear these with like my fry boots and a nice button down shirt, maybe a sweater, and these are completely appropriate. But primarily I am wearing these out at night. I also really like, because they're flared, I think these look great with another essential, which we'll get to a bit later, but my pointed toe black heels, and just having this sort of like peep out of the bottom of the jean I think is so cute with a beautiful blouse. For example, little realization blouse here with the denim jean, and then you just have your little heel poking out here at the bottom. I think that's so cute, so chic. You could wear something like that on a first date where maybe you're just like going to meet a guy at a bar, but you're like, hey, I'm cute, I'm hot, take me somewhere afterwards, you know what I mean? Or you can wear it for a girl's night, just going to the club like how I do. I just think these can be super versatile, can be really easily dressed up or down. I have worn and washed those literally hundreds of times. Every single time they come out of the wash, they're like perfectly snatched to my waist. They flatter me really well. Maybe like the second time that I wear them, they sort of start to feel a bit loose, and I know that I need to throw them in the wash again to sort of have them go back to their original shape, but they do so quite easily. So I definitely recommend. And guess what, guys? Those jeans are $49.50, which I think is a great price for a jean that's getting that much mileage out of them. I have two dresses here. This is a Skims dress. I have 3 of these dresses. I have the long black one that has the little skinny straps, and it's literally in the laundry, so I can't show it to you right now. I also have the long sleeve dark brown one, and this is a sort of muted light brown, like a taupey sort of color, which is a tank style, but it's a high neck, so I think it looks a little bit more sophisticated than you might expect. I actually bought this dress because I saw a girl on TikTok wearing it, and I am the last person to ever buy something from TikTok. Like I go on TikTok once every 3 weeks. Like I'm never on TikTok, but I actually think someone posted this dress, maybe they posted their TikTok on Twitter, and that's how I saw it. And I loved how the high neck on this dress was kind of like sophisticated looking, and I thought it also flattered her chest area really well, and luckily it does the same for me. I also love this color. I'm not the biggest Kardashian fan. Like I stopped watching that show a really long time ago. I don't even think I follow any of them. I'm not like a Kardashian person. I'm definitely not someone that's gonna jump out and like support all of their businesses, but Skims is the one Kardashian brand that I will readily admit I have like 47 pieces from Skims. This fabric is outstanding. This is without a doubt the softest fabric I've ever felt in my entire 29 years of life. And the reason that I consider these dresses to be an essential for me is because yes, they can easily be dressed up or down. I've worn this dress like in the Hamptons with flip-flops to like go get nice coffee and M&M's like very, very casually. I've also worn this with my platform boots and a cute bag, either like a blazer or a leather jacket, like out at night, very versatile. But that's not really even the reason why I would call this an essential, because I think the other dress I'm about to show satisfies those exact same requirements. This one is so comfortable. If you feel like shit, you can wear this and you can put this on and you'll still have a good day. Like if you feel sick, if you feel hungover, incredibly bloated, if you're on your period, these are all like very normal things that I think happen, especially to girls. Just put this on, get yourself out of bed, brush your teeth, and just put one of these on. You'll be okay. And it's so soft, you kind of just feel like so comfy. You're like, I can do it. I can handle whatever this day is gonna throw at me. With a long dress like this, I think it's so easy to make it a bit more modest. I've also worn this in an office setting with like a white button down over top, or you can wear like a little crop sweater over this. So then you're like, nips aren't showing and it's a bit more appropriate. The fabric is such that you could definitely wear this with like a high boot, a sweater, and like a jacket and a scarf and really layer it up for the winter time. But also, like I said, you can just throw on an easy flip-flop and run out the door in the summer and you're very comfortable. This is a breathable fabric. Also, unlike some of the other Skims fabrics, which I've noticed, this one doesn't really show sweat stains at all. Even like for me, having like a bit of under boob sweat, that never happens in this dress, although it does with some of their other fabrics, so just be careful. I would say if you're only gonna buy one of these dresses, probably the more traditional black skinny strap dress, I would think is the best one that I would recommend to absolutely anybody. The skinny strap black one was the first one that I purchased, and once I saw how much mileage I got out of that, then I went for this one. But any of them I think are great. I would just say you may as well get one of the tank style versions, because the long sleeve one, while beautiful and super flattering, is not as versatile because you can't really wear that in the spring or summer. But these you can wear all year long and then just like layer on top of for the cooler months. It is maybe slightly pricey for what it is. $78 for a, what is this, modal spandex dress. You might be like, I don't know, that's kind of a lot. And maybe you don't want to give $78 to a billionaire. I get that. Like I really do. I do get that. With how often I wear these, how comfortable I feel when I'm in them, how grateful I am when I remember that I have them when I'm having a shitty day and I just like don't want to get dressed and I don't want to leave the house and I see that I have this as an option. They wash really easily. You don't really get sweat stains in them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of benefits. Definitely recommend. And they're very size inclusive at Skims. And this is already a very stretchy material, so I would hope that there is a size for nearly everybody and that you would be comfortable in it as well. Skims does offer Afterpay if that's something that would help you out, or you can also purchase at Nordstrom, Net-a-Porter. There's a couple of other places you can find Skims things, so maybe if you're able to find on a discount, or honestly, you guys, let me be real, go to Poshmark, buy a Skims dress from Poshmark. Like, who cares if someone else wore and washed it? Like, it's completely fine. It's fine if you wash it. Like, I really don't think you'll regret it. It's a great basic. Next, I'm gonna show another dress, but I think this one is a bit more elevated. Yeah, you knew that this was happening. It's another piece from Realization Par. Wow, oh my god, wow. But listen guys, like I love experimenting with a lot of different brands. I love hunting for unique vintage pieces. I love trying smaller businesses and really like exploring all that fashion has to offer. But if we're talking about essential pieces and essential like brands that I go back to, I'm sorry, but Realization is just one of them, and I would hope so with the amount of pieces that I own from them. This is just an option for a dress that's very similar to the Skims one and can be versatile in the same ways. You can wear this in the summer with flip-flops, wear it on vacation, wear your sneakers and a jean jacket to go get coffee with your friend on a Saturday. You can wear a nice heel and a cute bag to go out at night. You can also, you know, wear this to lunch with your dad. You can wear this on a first date. I'm not necessarily going to recommend like this specific dress. I just tried to go through my closet and all of my Realization pieces and decide like what dress do I genuinely wear the most? Like what does my dry cleaner see the most? And I'm pretty sure that it's this one. I've also had it for quite a while. This is my thought process here. I think because it's navy, so it's blue, blondes look good in blue, but because it's navy and floral, I think it lends itself well to any season. The floral works well in the summer, but because it's navy, I think it's quite easy to wear in the fall and winter. I definitely have. I've worn it in literally every season and probably every occasion possible. I've worn this to babysit on like the hottest day of the summer. I've worn it out in the Hamptons, going out to lunch. I've worn it out at night to the club. I think it kind of just depends on how you style it. That's where your own personality can sort of shine through, is like in the pieces you choose to style it with. I guess I'm just gonna emphasize that I think a long dress is really more of an essential, I think, than a short dress. And I think the reason I'm gonna say that is because I already have that mini moment so often when I wear the mini skirt. It's nice to have something longer and to show off like a different silhouette. Something that's like a bit more stretchy and comfy, like the Skims one is a great option. And then something that's like a full long silk moment like this, I think should be maybe your second option. I also have a great black midi slip dress from Oak and Fort. I can leave that option linked down below for you guys as well. Of course, you can always look up like vintage silk slip dress and find something. I would just say stay away from something that has like lace detailing, because that tends to lean very like lingerie and very, you know, scandalous. And I don't think that that's as versatile for various settings. But yeah, any great silk midi to maxi slip style dress that just shows off your natural shape and that you can customize with your own accessories and your own styling is definitely an essential. All right, we just have 2 more tops and then we're gonna move on to accessories. Now, originally when I was planning out this video, I thought that I would talk about this shirt because I wanted to feature a slightly cropped graphic white tee. There's some very purposeful reasoning for this we'll get to in a second. Originally I thought of this one because I was thinking, you know, what's the little cropped graphic tee that I feel like I wear the most often, and it's definitely this one, which is Marc Jacobs. This is actually awkward, but this is from Jesse Rutherford and Devin Carlson's collab that they did. Was this for Valentine's Day? I think it was, but I still absolutely adore it. It has these sort of like silvery bluish purple handcuffs, and then it has Marc's name with like a little heart through it. I think it's so cute. And this is just like right in my color palette. I think it's cool, slightly edgy. And obviously you can tell it's well worn. It's incredibly wrinkled. I just pulled it out from the bottom of my hamper. I've definitely worn it a lot, but I decided I'm actually not gonna talk about this one. This is maybe not the best example because it made me think of how one day I wore this to babysit and my kid was like, why are there handcuffs on your shirt? And I was like, oh. So maybe let's choose something that's like slightly less controversial. And I'm sorry that this is from Realization, it just is. This is their Zodiac tee. It serves the exact same purpose. I think there's no potential to be offensive with what your zodiac is. Again, I just like to think of how versatile things can be with various companies, 6-year-olds included. And like, if anything, this could just be a nice little conversation starter. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had guys be like, oh, so you're a Pisces. Like, okay, yeah, get away from me. Like, I've definitely posted in this and had followers of mine, subscribers, some of you guys probably commenting like, oh, you're a Pisces, that's so cool. You know, it can be a pleasant sort of graphic. This isn't something that's going to offend your boyfriend's parents, for example. Now listen, I will say when I wear a white tee like this, I'm I'm 9 times out of 10 not wearing a bra. If you have a great nude bra to wear underneath it, a great t-shirt bra, it's perfect for any occasion. It can also look, you know, very cool and sexy if you're just wearing it. Sans bra. Now you can definitely wear your little tee like this with black mini skirt, maybe some fishnet tights to be super fun, oversized coat of choice, little bag, favorite shoe, out the door for a night out on the town, or you can wear it with jeans. These, for example, the Zara ones. And if you choose to style with like a sneaker and a leather jacket, that could be great for a daytime sort of thing. Or you can really dress it up if you do this, jeans, a shoe that we'll get to very soon, and maybe a smarter jacket like a trench coat or a very nice blazer. Some great styling with jewelry, and that's maybe a more sophisticated night out moment. And I just think graphic tees are great because it's an opportunity to show your personality. I don't think everything in your closet essentials needs to be considered something that's plain. If it's like an essential part of who you are, I'm very much a Pisces. I think this is totally fine. I have some really great black graphic tees as well, but I think white for some reason is just more versatile. In that, I will show you. I actually find that if you want something like this to even be that much more appropriate, like in an office setting, again, depending on the type of office you work in or whatever type of job you have, you can actually layer your white tee underneath a dress like this. And of course, you just like adjust the straps a little bit, then the graphic won't show, and you just have the white tee underneath like that. Again, I can't show it because it's in the laundry because I brought it to wash and fold. But for my black skims dress with the skinny straps, I actually love to layer that over a white tee like this because to me, it's so Jennifer Aniston early 90s. Like, I really think she probably wore something like that on Friends, and if I can find a photo of it, I will insert it here. But there's just something about wearing a white tee underneath that, like a skinny strap long dress, that is so cute casual Jennifer Aniston. And like, I want to be cute casual Jennifer Aniston. This one's cropped, but it's only slightly cropped. It's not like up here. I don't like doing things like this anymore. I don't know if it's me getting older or trends just changing, but like, this is not cute to me anymore. I think a crop that basically just shows off your waist and just barely hits the top of your jeans, I think is the perfect length. I guess identify what sort of story you would like to tell with your graphic tee. See if there's any little white tees out there that will accomplish that messaging for you, and I would say go for it, and it would be a very good investment and easily styled. Sorry if the angle changed. I just had to change my camera battery. You guys, my camera's literally hot from how long I've been filming. We need to move this along. Okay, last thing, and then we're getting into some accessories, but this is the Gerf Avenue Breezy top. If you guys don't know her, Matilda Gerf, who is an influencer, she has her own sort of clothing brand line. Everything seems to be pretty like ethically, sustainably made. She's based out of Sweden, so shipping is kind of a pain in the ass. Listen, I'm gonna say this, like, you don't need this top. You don't need this exact top. I just think everyone should have an oversized, slightly oversized, white Oxford button-down style top. I may not have said this 4 or 5 years ago. I might be like, this is the most useless piece of clothing ever. Because honestly, this just reminds me of my high school uniform when I was in private school. I guess also in my early 20s, I just kept thinking that something like this was the signal of like a traditional job, which I never had and never wanted. But if you watched my last vlog, I'm in the middle of my 45th Gossip Girl rewatch, and I really decided to like play into the private school uniform core style and aesthetic, and it's like fun now. Like, now that I'm so beyond that part of my life, I like don't mind incorporating those pieces into my everyday wardrobe. Like, I think it's fun. As I've gotten older and my style has changed, I actually find something like this quite versatile and quite essential. I got this piece over this summer actually while I was living out in the Hamptons. I feel really comfortable styling fall and the winter because I love layering, and I have tons of pieces that are leather and faux fur and suede and velvet and all of these beautiful materials that layer really nicely and make you cozy and warm and look cute and whatever. But when it comes to the summertime, I really do struggle. Living out in the Hamptons for so long, I was kind of like, okay, crap, I need more things that can be versatile and that I can style. I saw a lot of girls wearing this particular breezy shirt, oversized open over swimsuits with denim shorts, but tucked in to sort of like class it up a little bit. But then also, if I'm being honest with you, it was probably Cherie Madeline. I really like her. Her TikToks in particular are great. She has the sort of style that I definitely don't have, but I like to have a component component of it. Like it's very classy and very sophisticated, but always sexy. I feel like that's me maybe once every 2 weeks, you know what I mean? So I do love her TikToks and I love to see how she styles things. And she is a big fan of Gerf Avenue. I never purchased anything from them before, but Miss Madeline Rose, she posted several Gerf Avenue hauls, I feel like over the last year or so, and she would style her breezy shirt literally with like Realization black little mini skirt and some tights and heels for a night out. And I was like, oh wait, I love that. So once I saw how she was really able to adapt the Oxford style shirt like this to nighttime and wear it in a sort of like classy, sophisticated way and not like a stuffy, this is my school uniform top sort of way, then I was sold and I was into it. So I purchased this over the summer, like I said. This is a size medium. I kind of wish I had it in a small, and I ended up, when I purchased my second order from Gerf Avenue, I did get a small. It obviously, like I said, does not have to be this because it is pretty expensive. The overseas shipping is a lot. However, I was at a time in my life where I had a ridiculous amount of disposable income, and when I can, I love to support influencers that I think are cool. And I just felt like it was a bit more special to have something like this rather than just like, I don't know. I have 6 Ralph Lauren button-down Oxfords at my dad's house in Chicago from when I was going to private school. I could have just gone home and got one of those, but I felt like this had a bit more of a boxy cut. First of all, the Oxfords I used to wear in high school were like very form-fitting and I think would be difficult to style in a variety of different ways. And this being a bit more boxy and breezy, as the name suggests, means that you can style it a variety of different ways. So I wore this super recently, I think in a vlog, but then also posted on Instagram with the Realization skirt, black fishnets, I can't even remember what shoe I wore, and then like a long patent leather trench coat, my Balenciaga bag. And the comments I got were like cruel intentions, Jenny Humphrey, like private school uniform core, but like with an edge. And I literally just only did one button and wore a black bra from Savage X Fenty underneath, and it was like super fun and playful and, you know, pretty reserved, but like slightly racy, which I think we're into. I also wore this a lot over the summer, like I said, in the Hamptons with that like Aritzia play romper, which is like black shorts, little romper, and it's like a workout sort of thing. Very comfortable for the summertime when it's incredibly hot and you're out in the sun constantly, but throwing on something like this over it with your sandals and your purse, I think obviously makes it a bit more sophisticated, a bit more classy than you just wearing like a workout outfit. But of course you have like a little tank top or some sort of top that you really like, jeans, you throw this on, it's kind of like hanging off your shoulder. That's a great option. Of course, you could wear this open over a dress like this as an alternative to maybe like a cardigan or some sort of jacket if you're dealing with that transitional weather that we get in New York and obviously also in Chicago. Same thing here with this Skims dress. You can do this open and kind of have it hanging off a little bit, and it can be super, super casual if you're just going out to lunch with your friends or with your dad. If you're watching this and you have a good relationship with your dad, go ask him if he wants to go to lunch and tell him that I said you have to. And if my dad lived here, we would be getting lunch today. I'm sure this is obvious, but wearing this underneath your favorite sweater, a sweater vest, a cardigan, and having the little collar peek out, very cute, definitely like preppy. I think what's nice about a piece like this is it is so versatile to so many different styles. Like, as we've kind of said before, it really comes down to the styling, and clearly versatile for any season. I think also layering this with like a blazer or a leather blazer, which I'll show you in just a minute, is very cool as well. So any Oxford style shirt, doesn't have to be white. I suggest white, but yeah, doesn't have to be Gerf Avenue, of course. You can also look for Gerf on Poshmark if you don't want to go to their website directly and you don't want to deal with that shipping. But like, yeah, duh, just, you know, Google like white Oxford, oversized, whatever, maybe size up from what you normally would be, you're good to go. If you want to like, you know, wear something brand name, I would recommend Ralph Lauren because that's what I wore all through high school. Literally 5 days a week for 4 years were the Ralph Lauren button-down Oxfords. They definitely hold up, definitely worth the money. There's also Ralph Lauren outlets at various malls throughout America, so you could try looking there, and maybe instead of getting the slim fit, go for more of a boxier fit, or you could just go to like a thrift store or whatever. All right, this is, I guess, maybe technically clothing, but I'm considering this outerwear. This is the oversized vegan leather blazer from Steele. This is another influencer brand, Amanda Steele, who I think is great. When she first launched Steele, she was wearing this piece a lot. I think I saw some other people wearing it too. I thought it was so essential, something I needed in my closet. Purchased it. It is without a doubt my most worn jacket every season. In New York, in Chicago, I bring it back and forth. This is my go-to jacket when I'm going to a concert and then I'm going to a club afterwards. I'm going out for drinks afterwards. This is my go-to jacket for a night out over any of my beautiful dresses that I wear when I'm out and about. I find that this is so sophisticated looking. It instantly like elevates or classes up any of the outfits that I'm wearing. I could be wearing a tiny little mini skirt and, you know, a graphic tee, but you put this like leather blazer over it and you automatically look like you mean business. Obviously you don't have to purchase this exact piece. I do think it's still available. If it is, of course, I'll link it down below. It's withstood the test of time. I think it's really inexpensive for what it is. It's like almost stupid how much I've worn this over the years. Just like, again, scroll through my Instagram and you'd be like, okay, we get it. Like you wear this thing all the time. It's really well made. It has shoulder pads, so it's a little bit more structured here on the top. I've treated this like crap, you guys. Like I'll throw it under the DJ booth. People sit on it when we're like at a table at a club and you know, it gets kind of like squished into a corner. I come home from a night out, I take it off and I like throw it in some random corner of my apartment. It definitely like hasn't been babied and it looks perfectly fine. Like there's literally nothing wrong with it. And I think if anything, the more worn in that it's gotten, the more sort of like vintage it looks, which is really cool. But yeah, you can of course just look for any generic sort of, I would Google the following: oversized leather blazer, okay? So it could be from anywhere, as long as it's the right fit for you and the right price point for you. That's fine. But of course I have to recommend this one. It has these great deep pockets. My phone fits in there. It has these buttons here, which I don't think I've really ever buttoned, but you could. I always leave it open. I love the double lapel that it has here. It's really easy to layer to make it more appropriate for various weather situations. It's not too heavy for me to wear on like a cooler, breezier spring or fall evening just as a jacket. But if it's like a daytime setting, again, working in an office setting, and you wear, for example, Skims dress, sweater or cardigan of choice with this over it. Of course, as I just mentioned, doing the gerf Oxford or some sort of Oxford underneath and having the leather blazer as a layering moment, and then you could be wearing jeans and like black boots. I think that's really cool. I just think that this is the superstar jacket. Like this is the jacket that you need for literally any occasion. I wear it in the daytime for lunch. I could literally like throw this on over what I'm wearing right now and put on the shoes I'm gonna show you and get a bag and go out the door, and could go to a variety of restaurants in New York City for like an oyster and Aperol spritz moment at 4 p.m. on a Sunday and feel totally appropriate in this. It's really easy to transition for the nighttime. You know, you throw on a dress, you put this back on, you're out into the world. You're ready for your dirty martini, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna differentiate that I think this is more versatile than your typical leather jacket, which I do have, you know what I mean? Like the moto style ones that have like a lot of zippers and they have buckles and things like that. I just find that more often than not, I'll try on that buckle moto style leather jacket or some other jackets that I have that just are a bit more busy, or maybe the hardware is like pretty ostentatious or whatever, and those I feel like a lot of time take away from the rest of my outfit. It's just too much, it's too busy, and a lot of times the actual outfit that I'm wearing is like what I want to be the star of the show. I mean, I'm the star of the show first, but then the outfit is second billing, and then the jacket is usually like third billing. Like I don't want my jacket to take away from like what I'm wearing when I walk into the room. And also like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna take it off pretty soon after I go inside anyway. So I find that this one is just my most worn. It looks good with all of the various styles that I fluctuate between. Anyway, this style over the moto style, I think is just, to me, more of an essential, more of a classic. Okay, these are without a doubt my most worn shoe. I have an entire video on my channel about these. I will leave a link down below. Go watch it. Also, let me know if you want some sort of updated video, because these are the Naked Wolf Jailbreaker boots. They look disgusting. Look at them. Look at them. They have walked thousands upon thousands upon thousands of steps across New York City, especially on those goddamn cobblestone streets that are so annoying. But like a horse in its hooves, they've never failed me. Like I don't think I've ever like fallen down in these shoes. They're great. They really are a great shoe, and for what I paid for them and how often I wear them, the wear to them is not a huge deal. But the fact that I like might need to buy another pair is slightly annoying because they really do look quite beat up. I have to be careful now about when I wear them because they definitely look fine with jeans, but they've, especially like here, they've started to look less fine with some of my more sophisticated sort of dresses. But what I love about these is the ginormous platform. I've talked about this before. Competitive figure skater, so having like a really nice arch and a big chunky sort of heavy shoe really doesn't bother me. It feels like I'm wearing my skates with guards on them walking around the city. Like, it's completely fine. Really comfortable. If I'm doing a lot of walking and like bouncing from location to location, I'm gonna opt for these as opposed to some of my other shoes because I know that they will not get messed up walking around the city, walking around downtown. The leather is worn really nicely. They have like slight detailing. It says Naked Wolf here on the back and it has like a little Naked Wolf symbol there. It's not too much. I purchased these because they were a dupe of sorts for a similar boot from Saint Laurent. In hindsight, I'm glad that I wasn't delusional enough to purchase the Saint Laurent ones because clearly looking back at how much I've worn them, I'm sure at the end of the day, like, a shoe is a shoe and it's made of leather, and it's like, I'm sure the Saint Laurent ones probably would have ended up looking a bit disheveled as well, and this is easier to stomach knowing how much I paid in comparison to what I could have paid for like a higher end brand. Yeah, I mean, I think they're a great dupe for that shoe, or at least that style of shoe. Again, like, I love them so much I've considered repurchasing. Really, like, without a doubt, my most worn shoe, to the point that when Mariah or Paige or any of my friends are like going to take outfit photos for me, it's so cute because they'll always be like trying to get in the shoe and I'll be like, no, we don't care about the shoes. Like, I've literally worn these 45 times. Like, I don't need the shoe in the photo. Like, the people don't care, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. So if you can't see my shoe in a photo, you should just guess that it's probably these. I'd literally wear them with the Zara jeans and any variety of top. I'd wear them with the Skims dress here and maybe a leather jacket to make it appropriate for nighttime. I've definitely worn these with tights and any variety of realization dress or skirt. I've worn these with like a maxi skirt. I think because they're so like thick and chunky, it's a great way to add edge to something realization or silk or something velvet or a bit more feminine, and it makes me feel a bit more comfortable and more like me. They work well because most of the pants that I own are flared, since I do really like that silhouette, and if I were to wear them with another shoe, they would just drag on the ground anyway. So these are usually my go-to shoe with pretty much all of my pants. You'll definitely see me wearing like higher versions of boots like this, like boots that go up to your knee. I think I'm comfortable with just saying these as the actual essential, because if you can wear black tights, it sort of defeats the purpose of needing like a knee-high boot. You know what I mean? Or you wear a maxi skirt, you can wear pants, and you don't need to have a boot that goes all the way up to your knee. But then also you have the option to wear with a mini skirt and show off more of your legs. So I just think this size boot is really, this is really the essential, and it's honestly what I gravitate towards the most. And a lot of times I'll try on other shoes and I just end up wearing these anyway. All right, the other pair of shoes that I feel like are my most worn are these go-to heels from Zara. I will check and see if they're still on the website. I actually just purchased these literally a couple of days ago. I wore them on Valentine's Day in this silver. How fun is this? Listen, I love the pointed toe shoe look. Saint Laurent makes a lot of great pointed toe heels, so does Balenciaga. I guess I'd never really considered that as an option for myself because I think I was always wearing like very chunky platform, bulky looking shoes anyway, and that's what I was used to. But maybe just as I got older, I wanted to experiment with my style more after quarantine. I really started looking for more like kitten heels and things that were pointy and a bit more feminine. I found this sort of basic looking pair from Zara, and you guys, I have also similarly worn these all around New York City, and they've really held up beautifully. I believe I got these for like $79 or $80, and for how often I wear them, like, y'all, that is a bargain. I love actually that the heel has whatever this is called. It kind of flares out a little bit. They're pointed toe. These look great with any variety of tights, my little mini skirt, any top. Worn these with like a bunch of different realization dresses, wearing these with denim, the Zara jeans, and having the little tip just poke out. It looks edgy, it looks sexy. I absolutely love it, and they're so comfortable. I will say, okay, so I just got the silver ones a couple days ago. I've had these for a very long time. Versatile in all seasons. They're just great. Honestly, I also wore these to my grandmother's funeral. Like, they're just a great shoe to have. You can wear them like literally any time. I think everyone needs a pair of just like little black pumps that are pretty comfortable. These are probably considered more stiletto, but they're not like super high. Like, I think you would be okay. And the pointed toe, I think, is key. I got these silver ones literally last Sunday, and I wore them on Valentine's Day, which was this past Tuesday. And I forgot that the first time you wear them, they are a little bit like hard to break in here, right here. So I do have, I don't even Can you see this? I do have this like pretty gnarly, maybe I'll zoom in, but I do have this pretty gnarly like cut right there, but it's fine. I don't really care. Former competitive figure skater, I'm used to like beating up my feet. It's fine. I probably wear them 1 or 2 more times and they'll be broken a little bit better. But I love these for like an all black look, and then you just have the silver shoe. I think is super fun. I wore them with one of my pink dresses from Realization Par, and just having like the little silver peek out I think was so fun and so special, and it really elevated the outfit. And aside from this little thing here, super comfortable. I wore them all night. I just think for the price point, the Zara heels are really great, and they really do stand up well to even the worst of elements here in New York. I guess like any pointed toe black heel is fine. You know, I'm gonna recommend Zara. If you're gonna have something that's like a bit more clunky and sort of like punky like this, having something super sophisticated as an option for contrast is, I think, important. Again, I have a handbag collection video. I will link it down below. I talk in depth about all of my bags, and I think I said it in this video, I'll say it again. This is my most worn bag. It is the black Fendi baguette bag in the sort of patent leather. I'm almost afraid to bring it close to the camera because it looks disgusting. This bag has really withstood the test of time, and at the time that I purchased it, it was before the sort of like baguette revival. So I was able to get this on Poshmark for like $175, and it's like literally amazing, and it's lasted me so long. But now I think if you try to find one of these secondhand, because I don't think they're making this exact bag anymore in this exact fabric, now the like baguette resale market, you're really looking at like $800. So it's totally different now. But I have a few other bags that I will link down below that I think might be good alternatives. Like off the top of my head, I can think of the Amber bag from By Far. It comes in a black patent leather, and it basically serves the same purpose. But I guess what I'm gonna say is when it comes to essentials, having a bag that's small but big enough to fit like your wallet. My Saint Laurent wallet fits in here, and so does my phone, my keys. You can sort of stretch a little bit if you have a few extra products you want to put in there. This is like my most worn bag. I'm so sorry. I wish it wasn't, because it's really taken a lot of wear and tear here, but it just is. And so many times I try on all these different bags and I just feel like they take away from the outfit, or they clash with the outfit, or they're not laying nicely on my body. And I think that's why I love this bag, is because it kind of just, it moves with me. I'm like walking around, I'm getting my drink, I'm dancing, I'm on top of the couch, I'm doing this, whatever else, like hi bye, see you never. This bag is just, she's moving with me. She's moving and she's grooving, and she's not getting in my way. It's not falling off my shoulder. It's the perfect size. By Far also makes a similar shape. It's called the Rachel. And again, if I find some other like options, I will leave them linked down below, because I do think finding this exact bag will probably be difficult. I will show you very close up if you can see it, if it focuses. The patent leather is really taking a beating. It's like creasing in places, and in the front it just looks, it's really, she's really been through a lot. But I would encourage a patent leather bag in black specifically, and that's what I'll try and link for you guys down below, that's big enough to fit your stuff but not so big that it gets in your way. And the reason I say black patent leather is because it's easy to clean, it's waterproof, unlike suede or velvet might be. It's more interesting to look at than your traditional like grained leather or calfskin or Saffiano, what have you. It's fairly durable. Like I literally, this bag like becomes like a third limb for me when I'm out. Like she's, so it is durable. I need to emphasize how often I go out and how often I take her out with me, how long I've had her. She's really been through a lot. I've put her through a lot. I'm sure you wouldn't do that, but I did. It didn't start to show wear like this, I would say, until the last like 4 or 5 months. It really looked like pristine, and it was aging really well for, I would say, the first like 2 or 3 years that I owned this bag, and it wasn't until recently that it started to look a little bit insane. I love the black patent leather because it adds a little bit of visual interest that a bag that's made with a different style of leather I don't think would do. It catches the light really nicely. I think it photographs really well. It just looks a bit more thought out. If you're someone like me who tends to wear a lot of black, the way that I get away with doing that, or that I make that interesting, is mixing materials. For example, you could be wearing your black silk Realization top with your black silk Realization skirt. You have your like black leather jacket over the silk top. You have your patent black leather bag, and And then you have black leather heels here. I believe these are calfskin. Let's say you have black velvet piece or a black cotton piece, and then you have your leather jacket, but you have a patent leather bag. It does stand out on leather jackets, which I think a lot of people have. It stands out over a blazer, which I know a lot of people have. It just offers a really nice contrast when it's this sort of patent black. This is another thing, like the jailbreaker boots, where I'll try different bags. I'll be like, oh, I want to bring this one, let's try this one, and they just don't look right. And I put this on and I'm like, yeah, perfect. Okay, fine. And I just leave. So it really is my most worn, most appropriate, I think, for any occasion. Some holiday dinner with your family, you can bring this out, going out for drinks with your girlfriends, going on a first date. I'm gonna link some other options. In general, I think by far is a really good price point. Those bags go on sale a lot. They definitely make some in a black patent material. All right, well, that's it for this video. As a companion piece to this video, and if you want to watch more from me, I think you should check out my everyday jewelry. That's also an essentials, jewelry essentials sort of video for me. I'll leave that link down below. I think what it comes down to is, like, I know that people come to me for like inspiration and recommendations, and I love that. I'm flattered. That's why I'm here. But I'm also 29 years old. I've had a disposable income since I was like 16. I've had the luxury of being able to make a lot of mistakes over the years, buy into a lot of trends. I've gifted and donated bags and bags and bags of clothing that are just considered mistakes, and like things that I know not everyone has the luxury to like make those kind of mistakes, buy things that just aren't working. So if you're coming to me for my recommendations and my essentials, these are things I all really stand behind. Really none of this, except for the Gerf Avenue shirt, has been purchased within the last year. All this stuff I've had for at least a year plus. Most of it I've had for like 4, 5, 6 years. And again, just scroll through my Instagram, you can see how often I wear these things. And I think they work for a lot of different occasions, a lot of different personalities and body types and personal styles. Like, they're really adaptable pieces. You know, when it comes to me personally, it's like my jewelry, my nails, my long blonde hair, the way I do my makeup, those sort of things like add in my personal touches. I do think ultimately it's always my goal to be someone that is wearing the clothes. I never want the clothes to wear me. I'm always repeating in the back of my mind when I'm like unsure when I'm getting dressed. It's like, am I wearing this or is this wearing me? And if the clothes are wearing me, I take it off. Like, that's just not happening. Like I said before, I'm the star of the show. The clothes are second billing. I like never encourage, like, don't try to like copy someone else's style like from head to toe. I think you can definitely take inspiration and, you know, use essential pieces like this to build up your own style and to style your own outfits that feel like super uniquely you. And yeah, I hope that this video was helpful for you in doing that. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down below in the comments, or you can always DM me on Instagram. I think I'm pretty good about responding to DMs once I see them. But yeah, I'm an open book. I love answering questions. That's like literally why I do what I do, is to build relationships with you guys and talk to you and give advice and hear what you find interesting. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Instagram, that's where I'm the most active. All of my other socials will be linked down below. Check out some of my other videos that I've linked in the description for you guys. And if you have any ideas for like how you would like a part 2 of this to go, maybe focusing on a specific season or a specific occasion. Also, if you have any other suggestions for other upcoming videos, leave them in the comments. Before I end off the video, I do need to say my 30th birthday. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are. My 30th birthday is on March 2nd. It's gonna be a big shebang. There's a lot happening. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to upload a video next week. I might, but I'm not sure. But then after my birthday, for sure, I am going to be doing a video styling clothing pieces that I purchased from Gossip Girl. Clothing that was seen on Gossip Girl that I purchased, and showing you how I style it in 2023. But that video is specifically coming after my birthday because one of the dresses that I bought I'm wearing on my birthday, and I can't spoil the surprise. Maybe just have a little bit of grace with me coming up to my birthday. If uploads slow down a little bit, that's why. After March 2nd and after that weekend, we will be back in action. Any suggestions are welcome for future videos, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being patient with me wearing my glasses. Kind of annoying for me, but take care of your eyes, kids, okay? Okay, bye, kisses.